I was looking like a fool when I met ya, all covered up in the dirt from my past. So insecure about myself when I met ya. Won't you give me any warning? I've been thinking about you day and night and day and night. To be honest, I just don't know what to do next. 'Cause I'm the one with a broken heart, waiting for you to come out and save me. I'm a mess, need to untangle, and I'm a fool for you, baby. Fool for you, baby. Waiting for you to come out and save me. Fool for you. You were making me so sure in a heartbeat. All of my doubts disappearing at last. You made me fall without saying a sentence. Won't you give me any warning? I've been thinking about you day and night and day and night. To be honest, I just don't know what to do next. 'Cause I'm the one with a broken heart, waiting for you to come out and save me. I'm a mess, need to untangle, and I'm a fool for you, baby. Fool for you, baby. Waiting for you to come out and save me. Fool for you. I know it isn't logical. That something that you do to me is chemical. I know it isn't logical. Something that you do to me. I'm the one with a broken heart, waiting for you to come out and save me. I'm a mess, need to untangle, and I'm a fool for you, baby. Fool for you, baby. Waiting for you to come out and save me. Fool for you. interrupt me and I interrupt you. A shame. When did we start losing and stop giving? I remember I gave it time, time, time. I love my time, time, time. Now my mind's lost in its thoughts. I want you, you want only you. But my heart's all tied up in knots. Wanna release it, wanna release it. Wanna release it, wanna release it. Wanna release it.
Oh, we're here. We're here hanging out. I gotta get my sound right. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. I gotta hear myself better. How are you doing today? Let me get the dancing parrot down. How's everybody doing? Are we doing good? It is Friday. Got my shirt on. Got my Friday shirt on. We are doing our live Q&A today. We definitely normally do this on, I don't know. You guys, I don't know when the heck I'm going to do my weekly show. It used to be every Tuesday. That has not worked out the last few weeks. And I don't know. It's just kind of crazy. So here we are on Friday. I think Friday vibes are good. Right? So it's always fun. We have all kinds of awesome people in the house. Here's what's interesting about today. Normally I don't stream on Fridays. However, we got some faces in the crowd that aren't normally here. So maybe Fridays work well for some people, right? So we got Mark Slusher, good local friend of mine, a video guy. Endpoint Creative is his company. Super awesome. So good to see you, Mark. Haven't seen you around town. I haven't seen anybody around town, really. But anyways, Jennifer, I got to say, this is funny because she made a comment. She made a funny comment about the shelves, the missing shelves. So I used to have a big old IKEA, cubicle, just like that, but just like 4 times bigger. And I took it down. I was kind of sick of the clutter in the actual basement. I mean, this is like my basement, as I showed you earlier, this is the basement. So if I go over here, there's the garage door. The steps go up to the rest of the house. I mean, I got kind of tired of all the cluttered look when it came to the way that furniture looks. But it's funny because just yesterday I was like, everything. It's so much more boring than it used to be, like my scene. So I'm not satisfied with the layout. It's gonna change. It probably will change. So that's just what we do sometimes. Sometimes we get a little crazy. We want to do it. So anyways, Darina over from Ireland says, "Can you send me some of your energy, please, sister?" That's my goal. No, it's kind of interesting because the whole countdown aspect of live streaming, there's like a few people that are for it, and there's a bunch of people that sort of don't love it. I like it. Maybe it's because I just like starting and getting fired up. I want to get you fired up. Does it work best for the algorithms? I don't care. I really don't care because my job is to deliver something that you enjoy. And most people really enjoy it. You guys like it. You guys like me getting you fired up. I like getting fired up. I changed the God, you guys. I changed the music today. Got some new songs in the playlist. Kind of changed it up. Found some new stuff. I found what's really cool about Epidemic Sound, which I'll show you here in a sec. Doug and John both are voting for the shelves, which is funny, which is good. If you are, by the way, we have some new people watching today from the Facebook group. So if you are new, I need you to tell me that you're new so we can properly welcome you. This is an amazing community. All of my viewers are so awesome. And I'm just so grateful that I have such an awesome community, people that watch. And so if you're new, say hello so that we can give you a proper welcome. And then also, if you are watching over in the Facebook group, the DIY Marketing with Facebook group, make sure that you go up to the description where it says StreamYard.com/Facebook. Click that link. It'll take you to a place, authenticate it, come back. If you want me to see your name and your face in the comments, that's because that group is a private group. And that's a privacy setting for, so I see some people like Team Trouble. I got to know who that is. I got to know who it is because I got a feeling who it is. I got a feeling of who it is. We'll see. Hold on. Let me see. I got to get in there. Dang it. It usually just shows up right there. It's not being friendly like that today. I know. Team Trouble. That's why I know. But I want to make sure I really, yeah. Oh, Bobby, why can't you click the link? That's what I want to know. Bobby Klink, everybody. Why can't you click the link? Bobby is going to be on the show, by the way, here in a few weeks. So that's going to be crazy. That's going to be awesome and amazing. So definitely excited. So Doug here is saying, howdy, new people. Definitely excited. Let me see here. Is your light low today? I don't know. I'm telling you, I've been messing with the lights. I will say, I've been finally, there's your beautiful face and your name. All right. So anyways, I definitely I'm tweaking some things. I actually had James Hicks. Oh, I don't have it with me. He had me buy this, see in my focus, there's a setting on my camera that's off and I need to figure it out. He had me buy this gray card so I could calibrate the white balance, which it really was pretty easy to do. But I also am having an issue where my camera's not saving my settings. I don't know. It's being really weird. So I got to figure out what's up with that. So I am tweaking lighting. Let's see. So I use the Elgato key lights, the key light airs, which are the little ones. And they are good, but they're not great. However, I also have new camera mounts coming today. So these two cameras, my two Sony cameras, those are actually on tripods. And they take up a lot of space on my desk. And so I actually got some new mounts that are coming today. And they will actually just clip on, and it's just like one pull that comes up. So it'll take up a lot less space. So I'm actually going to do that first, get things rearranged, and then we'll work on the lighting again. Because the lighting, it needs adjusted. I'm not satisfied with it. Bobby, always causing trouble, always being funny. Bobby, it's good to see you in the live today, hanging out with us for sure. So, all right, everybody, we're going to do a live Q&A today. So if you've got questions, post them. Gary, I saw that you posted a question, so I appreciate that. And before we get started, as many of you know, but many people are new when they come to the show, I am using StreamYard. This live stream is powered by StreamYard. I absolutely love StreamYard. You can do so many cool things with it. There are new features coming out all the time. There's more new features coming. I'm a StreamYard partner, but I just love I love it. I love so many things about it. And so I am using OBS in conjunction with StreamYard. So I'm actually using OBS virtual camera, bringing that into StreamYard. That lets me do just a few different things that I can't do directly with StreamYard, like my countdown, my transparent countdown and things like that. But did those of you that have been around for a while, did y'all notice this? Did you like this in the beginning? I changed it up a little bit. Did you like that? I made that today in Canva. That is just an animated GIF, but it's a high-res GIF. And so that's in OBS. And then I actually have a second one. Let me show you the other one. I've got two versions of it. Here's the other one. That one's like just kind of lava lamp bubbles, but I don't know if they really look like lava lamp bubbles. So yeah, just having fun, playing around with all the different things that we can do. I'm always changing things up. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, okay, yeah. So Kamal Tech Vlog says there's an app light meter. It'll tell you the ISO and white balance. Okay, I might have to check it out. I say GIF. I'm sorry, I say GIF. And the owner or the guy who made it says it was pronounced GIF, even though rest in peace, he died recently, actually. So yeah, it is what it is. How do you pronounce JPEG? JPG. How do you pronounce that one? Bobby? That's not really right either. So anyway, okay. What's up, Unseen Universe? Good to see you back here hanging out with us live. Okay, very fun, very fun. All right, so Q&A today. I said that I was going to show you Epidemic Sound real quick. I wanted to show you something. So those of you that aren't familiar, the music you're listening to, this, all that fun stuff, that is actually from Epidemic Sound. And so let me just show it to you real fast, because if you use Epidemic Sound, I want to make sure you're aware of a really cool feature that I actually used today to find new stuff, right? Oh, I got to change my background. Hold on. So literally, if you go to a song and you find a song that you like, so on your playlist, for example, let's just say, we'll go with this one. This is a new one that I found. It's a pretty good jam. Okay, let me take this banner down. So when you're in Epidemic Sound and you play a song, down at the bottom, it gives you like the progress of the song. But out here to the right, it'll say Find Similar. And if you click Find Similar, it will actually pull up all kinds of other songs that are similar, to that particular song. I used that today to find a lot of the new songs today. And, because, Epidemic Sound is a library of music. You have to pay for it to use it, but it's worth the money. I personally love it. I use it for my podcast. I use it for the streams. But anyway, I liked this Find Similar because it can be difficult, because if you're in Epidemic Sound and you log in, you're like, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of tracks. And it's like, where do you even start? You know what I mean? And so what typically is easiest to do is you find a song you like, and then all you have to do is go to that Find Similar. And when you click Find Similar, it's going to bring you a bunch of other songs that sound similar. So like, for example, you hear this one. So it's going to play like a similar genre. Now, some of you might say, well, why can't you just search genre? I've not had a lot of success with that. So the reason why I like using that feature is because you'll find a song you like. If you just go by genre, it's all over the place. Like dance music, it could be slow dance music, it could be fast dance music, it could be a lot of beats, not a lot of lyrics, no lyrics at all, female lyrics. That's why I like using the Find Similar. So you find some songs you like, use the Find Similar feature, and then you're actually going to find even more songs that you like for sure. So, Nick Nimmin has launched Creators Mix, loads of music for all platforms. I'll have to check that out. Come on, I didn't know that. That's actually pretty cool. I'll have to check that out. The other thing I always suggest to everybody is Stream Beats by Harris Heller. I absolutely love Stream Beats. I love, love, love Stream Beats. So don't check that out too if you're looking for some music. All right, so Gary had a question for me. If you all have questions, post them in the comments. We can talk about StreamYard. We can talk about live streaming. We can talk about Canva. I can show you how I made that graphic that I showed you in the beginning. That's really pretty cool. That is my new logo, by the way, that you saw. I can pull it up again. This is, oh, I don't have it on there. Never mind. But you saw it up in the corner there too. It's right there. So that is the new logo that we got going on. And so if you want me to show you some things like that, I can do it. We're going to hang out here for a little while. We can talk about whatever you want, really. But Gary had a question. He said, are you pairing up the countdown with the song for the intro, or is the music looping? Okay, I'm actually neither one of those. I'm not pairing it up with the song, the countdown with the song. I am using the Beacon app, which has gotten better. I actually been working with Beacon support. For whatever reason, the application is like, there's something in my system on my PC, whether it be something in the motherboard, it is not loving the Beacon app. It is a beta. Basically, it is a first rendition of the application. Oh, did I close Epidemic Sound? I did close Epidemic Sound. Let me open it back up and I will show you what I'm doing. So when it comes to, I'm not connecting it to the countdown. The countdown is driven in OBS 100%. The Beacon app is a virtual audio mixer, very similar to, it's similar to what it'd be like you plugging in a Rodecaster Pro, but it's just a software version of it. It's not the same, but it's similar enough. And I'm playing that through the Beacon app. So if I share my screen again, so here's the Beacon app over here, and then here's Epidemic Sound. It's hard to see, but like if I do this, you can see it better. When I start playing music, you will notice Epidemic Sound will show up right here. So let me do that. Let's just do this one. So there's Chrome, so it shows the browser because I've mapped that browser audio to this knob, and then I literally have a piece of hardware on my desk that will let me adjust those dials. I can also do it right there on the computer. So that's how we're doing it. So in StreamYard, you pick this audience mix as your microphone, and so anything that's being streamed out from here will play for you all. Now I can also mute it if I want to. So now you don't hear any music. You probably barely hear it anyway because it's low. I can mute myself. I can mute everything by muting the knob too. So that's how the music is coming to you. So it's not on loop either. It's really just playing from this playlist right here, and I can just change it. I actually wish there was a way that Epidemic Sound would let me overlap the songs instead of it stopping a song and then taking a full second at least to play the next song. I wish it would just like overlap them to kind of create more of a DJ experience. But so that's how I'm doing that. Gary, that was a good question. Love it. Your show on creating transitions in Canva was awesome. Well, yay, good. That was for the StreamYard one, I believe, where we talked all about, I talked about creating video transitions to use in your streams and how you can just use StreamYard, upload those little video clips and create transitions. So I have yet to really do that for my own StreamYard studio. I need to do it though. I should. I don't know why I haven't. I totally need to do that. That's actually a pretty good reminder, actually, Gary. So the other thing I wanted to make sure. So Mark says, does Epidemic allow you to download? Absolutely. It sure. Billy, I saw your comment. Yes, Mark, it does let you download. And here's something that you're going to like about it. If you go right down here where it says you do stems, you can actually, you can play just stems, but when you download, it's going to ask you if you want to, now it's downloading all the stems. You can actually download the track or download all the stems. And so like, for example, I don't want to do this. Cancel. Let's see stems. So let's get back to where we were. Yeah, so there's that. Full mix. Or bass. Drums. Instruments. Or the whole thing. All of them together. So you probably will think that's pretty cool, I would think. So yeah, there you go. Turn that back down. So yeah, Epidemic Sound is pretty slick. You do have to pay for it to use it. And there's different licenses. So Mark, you would probably need the commercial license because you would be doing it for clients most likely. So it's something to check out. There's a bunch of options out there though. Like true story. There's a lot of options out there when it comes to what you can use. So definitely one of those things for sure. They could tighten up their categories. I don't disagree with that at all. I do like it. There's other apps out there. There's other things too. Billy wants to know if it's Tito's time. Not yet, my friend. Not yet. Y'all, the stitches are coming out today. I can't walk in there with a cocktail in my system yet. Maybe later, but Tito's time will be later today. So the stitches are coming out today. This thing's coming off. Send all the good vibes that you can. James Hicks, tell me why my camera keeps doing that. I thought I fixed this yesterday, but it won't save my settings. I'm nervous. I'm nervous about getting the stitches and the bandage off because crossing my fingers, they better pull this off and it better be healing the way it's supposed to, right? Like I don't want them because they'll do an x-ray today. I don't want them being like, oh, dang it, it's not working. Because you guys, it is April 8th. Next week, we're going to have a 70-degree day, and I can't go play golf because of this thing. So golf season is here, essentially. It's basically unofficially here, and I need this thing to get fixed. So there you go. Yes, Tito. I like the Tito's comment, Billy. I support it. I fully support it. I'm all good. I saw, there we go. Strawberries Rhubarb Tarot is here. Hello. Good to see you here live with us today. And Annette, Purple Paisley Planner, says she likes the new logo. I appreciate that. I had my friends over at Press and Sew hook me up with that. They're helping me out with some stuff and some new branding, some merch coming down the pike. So yeah, those guys over there, they did all that too. So yes, you can. This is America. No, I know. I just, got to be careful. Okay, this is interesting. So I just heard about story blocks the other day. Mark says, I use Storyblocks, but you can do stems. So Storyblocks also has video too, stock video, right? So that would make sense why you're using that. I've been meaning to check them out. Somebody else I know uses Storyblocks. So yeah, anyways. Okay. All right, so let me look here because I wanted to also let everybody know nobody's posting questions, so I'm going to keep chatting. I did get that glitch is back. I think that glitch is actually my A10 Mini. I have a feeling that's what's happening. Okay, I released a podcast episode this week, and I'm going to say, I don't normally say things like this. It's freaking good. I really think this is a really good episode. I really don't ever say that about my episodes. I don't know. I guess I'm just humble or something. But not only when I wanted to record it and I sat down to record it, I was like, I had just got done talking about it. I've kind of been talking about it lately. And it's essentially the difference between pre-recorded video and live video. Not like the technical difference, but how the videos have a different purpose for your content, in your content. And I also talk about short form video. And I break down the differences between short form, like reels and shorts and, things like that, and pre-recorded video, which we call uploads. So like a tutorial video or something, and then live streams. And I talk about the differences between them and how they don't have the same purpose on your channel. So, and the ideal strategy is to have a blend of all of them. Absolutely. I don't necessarily have a blend of all of them, but I absolutely think that is 100% the right strategy. And so I talk about it and I break all that down in this episode. And I will tell you, when I was recording it, I was just feeling it. Sometimes you just feel what you're saying. You feel your content. You feel good about it. You're describing it well. And sometimes you just do stuff and you're like, that was really good. And that's how I felt when I got done. And then I listened to it to check it. And I was like, that was a good episode. I hope a lot of people listen to that and get something out of that because I think it's dang good. And I think a lot of people need to listen to it. I have a few of my friends, big people, who they're not using live video. And I really want to send it to them and say, I need you to listen to my episode because it's going to explain to you why you should be adding live video into your strategy for sure. So if you haven't checked it out, go check out the episode. It's on the DIY Marketing School podcast. That's my podcast. I upload when I do episodes when I feel like it. It's kind of one of those things. So Chris Stone is here, by the way. It's great seeing you here, Chris. Love seeing you in the comments. He says, big Storyblocks fan here. Chris, by the way, has an awesome channel with his friend Jim Fuse. And it's called Dealcasters. So I love it. It's like I think it's a podcast, but it's a live stream, and they do a lot of affiliate stuff. So they'll do they go through gear. They talk about all kinds of gear, and it's like an Amazon affiliate type of stream. But it's really, really cool. They do a really good job, and you can learn a lot about all the cool gear. I love it. Jim and Chris, you guys are doing such an awesome job. But Chris is also, he's like a producer, so he creates a lot of intros, and they're just good. So I love it. So anyway, so James says, Chris Stone is a baller. Yeah, he is. He's pretty awesome. So I love the work that you're doing, Chris. So if you like Storyblocks, then we all should make sure we pay attention for sure. So let's see here. Is it? Yeah, it keeps glitching and it's driving me crazy. Let me see. Oh, yeah. So Doug says, my ATEM was doing the same thing. It is the cable connection to either the computer or the ATEM. That's what I figured. I bet it's the one to the computer. And I bet it's just loose or something back there. Something funky. I was actually going to reattach all the cables. I figured that's what it was. So sorry about the glitch, everybody. Oh, step 1. I got it. Unplug. Plug back in. The computer's off. Turn back on. If nothing changes, try a new cable. Okay, cool. Thanks, Doug. I appreciate it. Doug, our little up-and-coming techie. Our angler, our outdoors guy who's our up-and-coming techie. Look at him giving me the tips. I love it. Chris followed the podcast. Thank you. That's awesome. Appreciate it. And then, of course, my buddy, my friend James is giving you all the link for that over there on the tube. So I appreciate that. Billy says, what did you think of the name for my Facebook group? Let me go find. I feel like I liked it, but let me go find it really quick. Billy is in our Facebook group. Many of you are actually in the Facebook group. You feel free to join. All you got to do is find it over on Facebook. Just search DIY Marketing with Melanie, and you will find it. Okay, let me look. I'm looking really quick because Billy posted in our group. He asked for feedback. And that's what I love. That's what I love when you guys do in the group is ask for feedback on things. Do it in a structured way that's not self-promoting. I 100% love you doing that. And then we always have Doug in there too. Doug Glimmerveen, who is Smackdown Outdoors. He's always posting things he finds and discovers, and I think it's super awesome. So I appreciate you doing that. All right, Billy, I'm looking for your thing. Hold on. I got to find it. Where is it? The algorithm has everything out of order. Like big time. Okay, let me just search. I don't know, Billy, what's the name of it? Put the name in the comments for me. Just put the name in the comments. That's going to be way easier because I'm trying to find your post and I can't find it. Okay, I'm going to get to this one. Billy, post your Facebook group name and your business in the comments and we will all give you some feedback. All right? Okay, so Kamal says, how do you market your content online apart from social media and ads? Oh, how do you market your content online apart from social media and ads? Ooh, so there's a number of ways, Kamal, honestly. Social media is great, obviously. I think, so when you say online, you can be a guest in people's content. So that's definitely one of the things that I think we'll get that creates a lot of organic reach pretty fast is to get yourself in other people's content. Now, when it comes to marketing online, I mean, marketing online essentially is social media, ads, content, right? So there's blog articles, there's podcasts you can do, which is technically online, right? And then live streams, videos. But all that's, to me, live streams and videos, I really consider all that social media. And so social media, so outside of just posting regular posts and whatnot, staying regular and creating consistent content online is going to get more, and you're going to grow your audience, which is essentially what you want to do. So you in order to get your stuff, to market your stuff out there, though, you are going to need to share it with people. Find advocates that can share it for you. Find people that, say, hey, I just did this new thing. I've got this new free ebook or whatever it might be, a new video out there. I'd really love it if you share it somehow with your audience. But I personally would like to see you try to be a guest in people's content. So maybe there's a few things that you can be an expert on. Put a little outline together and just, start pitching yourself and saying, hey, I'd love to come on your show and talk about this. Be great. That is going to give you some organic reach. If any of you all have other suggestions or other things that have worked for you outside of social media and ads, then let us know for sure. So I think it would be interesting to see look, Chris is over there hanging out, or maybe Jim's watching on Dealcasters. I don't know, but there you go. There's Dealcasters. So if you guys want to check out Dealcasters right there, you can find them right there on YouTube. Super, super, super good stuff. Love what they're doing over there. I never get to check it. I never get to watch it live, but I sometimes will pop in and see stuff, and I just love what they're doing. So super fun. So as I mentioned, this Beacon Mix Create that I have, we're still on the fence with it. We're still on the fence with whether I like it or not, to be totally honest with you. So I love it. I love the concept of it, but it needs to work. It needs to be consistent and work consistently for me. I really also need to not care so much about my camera being messed up right now because I'm sure it's bothering me more than it's bothering all of you. Okay, Billy's group name, everybody, is Financial Survivalist Guide. I'm a financial advisor. I actually liked it. I think a lot of it's going to come down to your cover photo and also make it easy to search. Financial Survivalist Guide. I like it. I think it's fun. You can do some fun theming around it, survival. So like use some fun things, like not like Bear Grylls, but you know what I'm saying? Like have some fun with that. I am going to fix this. That might be a little bit better. So I definitely think you can create some fun themes around. That's actually something that's really kind of cool is you want your group to be searchable. You want it to stand out and you want to be able to use the name and some stuff. And so I personally like it. I think it's fun. If you can make it fit you, I say go for it for sure. So, Cosmin's here. Hello, Cosmin. Cosmin, are you in class? Aren't you usually watching when you're like supposed to be in class or something like that? I feel like that's usually the case. Yeah. So I agree. I think, so I had we're talking about I changed the ISO. That's all I did. But so when I was in San Diego, I took this camera with me so I could do some fun demos and stuff for StreamYard when I was helping them with their booth. And I had it all fine. But when I got back and I hooked it up, a bunch of my settings were way out of whack. So I don't know if somebody kind of, when I wasn't watching, was, just messing with it, maybe demoing the camera themselves. Who knows? But my settings were so out of whack. And ever since then, I've had a hard time getting the settings dialed back in because, as I mentioned, it's not, the focus definitely changed. It was like the focus area changed for one. It's supposed to be on continuous autofocus, but I agree, something's not right. It was doing the shutter, the focus flutter. I don't think that's the technical term. There is a technical term for when your focus keeps kind of doing this funky little flutter thing. I'm going to call it focus flutter because that makes sense to me. And that probably it'll make sense to you. So that's what we're going to call it, focus flutter. Anyway, that whole little thing, that's been happening a little bit too. But if I do this and I get it back in, it's better. Focus breathing. See, we knew James would know the real term. We knew he would know the real term. I like focus flutter better because it's not really like it's breathing. It's more of a flutter. I mean, focus gasping, maybe. That's what it does when it does it. You all have no idea what I'm talking about because it's not doing it right now. But anyway, so anyways. All right, so I was going to also, since nobody's asking questions, I'm focus flutter. See, Darina likes it. Darina likes it too. What I was going to do is I was going to show everybody, I don't know, because you guys like it when I show some things, show off how I do some things. I was going to show you how I did breathing is the edges. Yeah, there you go. Okay. I like focus flutter. We're going to stick with focus flutter. All right, so here's what we did in Canva. So sometimes I like to start with a blank page so that it makes it easier for you to for me to show you how I built it. So I had already kind of had this layout, right? And all I did was copy it, but I'll show you what we're doing here. So we got a logo and we have a gradient square that's rotated, right? Hello, Vicky. Good to see you. Okay. Yes. So in Romania, it's almost 8 p.m. I should be at the academy, but today we don't have a class. Okay. So I thought usually when you tune in, you're in class. You'll usually say, you're in class. Okay. So if we go with a blank page, you can start a number of ways. I wanted a video, like a video background. I wanted my logo on it because I was kind of like playing around and I had this, right? And I thought, well, that's fun, but it's also just static. And so what I wanted to do is still be able to have some sort of animation because I can't show you the old one. And I'm talking about for this screen right here. Okay. That's what this was for that. So as you notice, the one we ended up going with. Now that timer down the bottom, that's going to change. So don't pay attention to that for now. But so we start out with a blank page. Okay. And I went ahead and I found a background, which you can use any of these if you want, but you can't change these. So like you notice this, you can change one color, but it doesn't give you a lot of options. You can't rotate it. You can't move it around. So I actually like to go to, whoops, now it's all weird. Okay, so I actually like to go to elements and shapes or graphics right here. And you'll notice like you have all these kind of options here. Gradient. So if you notice here, it's a shape. Shapes can be rotated and changed. But the gradient shapes, they give you the option to change the colors. Okay? So we go with like a blue and then we change this one to pink. After playing around, that's what I ended up with. So then it was like, well, I don't necessarily want it to be straight across. I kind of like that diagonal look. And so I just rotated it, right? I wanted the blue on the left. So I just kind of did it like that because I wanted a diagonal gradient. And then I have to make it big. And you might have to change so then do that so it fills. Do this so it fills. And voila. Now, and if you move it around, if you want a more subtle gradient, you can just move things around and just play with it till it gets to be the way you like it, right? So now we have our gradient. And then we can add our logo right here. So we get our logo in there, make it the size you want. Cosmin says it's big. Yes, it is big because, again, just playing around, doing some fun stuff. So we can make it smaller. We can make it like that. You can do whatever you want with this. So in order to get that video, though, right, this is where it gets a little tricky. So bear with me here. Let me go a little bit bigger again. So to do a video background, I was like, okay, let me just do a duplicate. I'll take this background away because I'll try a video background. Now my logo's still there. You just can't see it because it's white on white. Okay. So then you go over here to videos. I went to videos and I kind of was like, what do I like? What do I want? And I was like, well, I like tech stuff, and tech usually has cool like waves and things. So I went to see all. And then as you can see, there's all these cool ones, right? A lot of neat background video stuff. Now, if you're using you can also upload your own videos if you're on the pro account, if you have something else that's been designed for you. Chris Stone probably is watching me do this and thinking, what an amateur, but he does all kinds of stuff. Sorry. About dying over here. Okay. So I was looking around and I really liked this one. I liked this one. There's another one I liked. So the other thing I had to think about is that this video, I was going to basically convert it to a GIF so that it looped. And so in order to avoid a jump, I need to make sure that the video has a similar beginning and an end because it's going to loop and you don't want a big jump. So I was kind of looking at some of these and watching them. This one I liked a lot. This one would have been fine too. And so, like that, if I were to add this and then we make it full size, you'll notice here, it's covering the logo. So all I have to do is go up to position and I move it backward, right? And now we have a fun option here. But that's not really on brand with my colors. And of course, if I want that gradient thing. So what you can do is I take this, I'm going to copy it, and now I'm going to paste it. Oh, it covered everything up. But before I do anything else, I want to do something because if I move it behind, I won't be able to adjust anything. I'm going to change the transparency. So I'm going to actually go down a bit on the transparency. And then you see that's looking pretty good. I'm looking at all this right here. I'm not paying attention to my logo. So we can go way down if we want, or we can come up, we can stay up, right? I'll leave it right there. Okay, now I want to send it backward once, because it's layers. And I want it to be underneath my logo, but on top of the video. So I go backward. And now my logo's on top, so now it pops, right? And so now there's this version here too. So you can use these shapes to change the colors of some of the videos that are in there. Now this is in Canva. If you're in like a video app or something, you can do other things. But for you Canva users, I wanted to show you how I made my slide, my animated cover image that way. So then if I want to preview this, I'm going to cheat here. I'm going to go all the way up to the top. I'm going to just hit play. And there it is. And that looks pretty cool too, because even though the background of that particular video was teal, it still looks like it picked up the colors just fine. You do have to kind of think about the colors. You do have to think about what colors are in the background, because like if it was bright yellow and I literally used blue, guess what's going to happen? When you use a transparent blue on a yellow image, guess what happens? It's going to look green. That stuff applies here too. So luckily for that particular version, it still came through. It still worked okay. And then this, of course, is like a lava lamp video version, which used to be in my beginning scene. And then, we're just now getting through there. But so the one I went with was this one, right? And so that's why it looks like this. So there's that. And because all that was a video that I used. And then essentially you export it as a GIF. And when you export it as a GIF, I added it to OBS, which is where things get really tricky. And many of you that have no idea what OBS is, don't worry about this right now. It might not be, it may be a bit advanced for you. So if we go to my starting soon, that media is right here, the media file. So that's what's there. And that's how that looks. And then because I'm using virtual camera and I bring the virtual camera into StreamYard, that is why what you see in the OBS is also what you see here. So what you see here is actually my webcam view, because I'm using the virtual camera from OBS, bringing that into StreamYard. So when I make a change in OBS, you see the change here in the webcam view. So there you go. What's up, Chris Allen? Welcome. I also saw that Vicky had a question, so let me look at her question. Vicky says, what kind of light boxes do you have, or which do you recommend? Oh, gosh. James is probably laughing about this right now because I was just talking to him about lights. So the lights that I have, they're not light boxes, okay? And I just made some adjustments to them, and they're off right now. I keep messing with everything, and so everything's a little bit off. But the lights that I have are actually They are Elgato key light airs. And so they mount behind the desk. Dear God, look at all that. Whoa, it's a hot mess. These are changing. As I said, I got new camera mounts coming today. So those are going away. But they just come up. And as you can see, I have one reflected up, shining down at me. And the other one is not right on me. It's actually kind of like pointed up, because I will be honest with you all, even though these lights are highly recommended by a lot of streamers, they do tend to have what is called a specular light. And what that means is it is it's a little hot, little bright. And so it creates hot spots on my face. The other thing I have to be careful about with my lights is I can't go too crazy, because if I go too crazy, then it lights up my background, and then all the colors of my colored lights go away. I have new colored lights coming as well. I think those come today too. They either come today or tomorrow. They are like little floodlights. They're like outdoor floodlights, but you can use them inside. So those are coming too. So I'm getting ready to change a lot to see if it improves some things. But these lights, they do work well. I'm also very curious to see if I move them back, what will happen if I move them back. So anyway, those are what I have. Now, light boxes, there's a lot out there. There's a lot of options. And it's 100% like, I can't give a good recommendation. If my buddy Mark Slusher's still here, Mark, I'm curious if you have any ideas or recommendations for some soft boxes that are not huge and probably under $300 total for two of them. Maybe you've got some recommendations for those. The reason I like the key light airs, to be totally honest with you, is they're really small. They don't take up a lot of space. And as I've mentioned before, my studio is literally downstairs in my downstairs living room. And so if I had a big room, which, once I move into a house and I'll have a large room, I will have a different setup because of that. But right now, Addie and I live in this condo, and this is our downstairs living room. We have a living room upstairs too, but we don't really even use this down here that much. But it's like, I don't want to like have just stuff everywhere. So I do like them because they're small. So that's what I got for you on that one. I see some questions coming in. This is great. Keith is here. What's up, Keith? Okay, Keith says, I'm actually on a work call, but saw you were live. Just wanted to thank you for the tutorials and being amazing. Oh, thank you. You tricked me with your cue, Keith. Appreciate that. You're so sweet. All right. James says, does OBS accept WebM files? Yes, I believe that it does. Actually, I believe I have a WebM file in there. Hold on. I'm going to go to studio mode. Let me look. I'm going to look and see what kind of file this is, because I don't know. Properties. Yes. This is a WebM file. Oops. This one. Oh, it's because I have it on. Oh, it's because I'm in the wrong mode. Hold on. This is a WebM file right there. That file came from Live Streaming Pros. If you went to their live streaming, their summit, the EYR summit, Advance Your Reach, then you had an option to download that free graphic. So it does accept WebM files. So right here is my Fire, and I checked it. I thought it was, but I checked it. It's a WebM file right there. So yes, 100%, my friend. Sure will. Good question. Can you make the logo move slowly throughout the video? Kind of like a little hover? Is that kind of what you're thinking? Yeah, I could. I got to think about that, because let me play around with that, Cosmin. As far as doing it in Canva, it might be tricky. There might be some limitations to it, but I can. But you can. So let me just. All right. So if we are, in Canva, right? And I can animate this logo. Okay. So, but the issue is the animation is at the beginning and at the end. So it's going to animate in, animate out, whatever you decide to do. So if we pick something like fade, it's going to fade in and fade out. And that's going to like add attention to that looping. You can breathe, but it's going to breathe in, and then I think breathing only breathes in. Let's just see. It's going to breathe in, and then I think, yeah, it stops, and then, oh, it's kind of breathing out. It did a little bit of a breathe out. And then, hold on, it's going to get there. So then, yeah. Okay. So what would happen, Cosmin, is it would breathe in and then it would go away. And then the GIF would loop and then it would breathe in again and it would go away quickly. So I don't know that that's the look we'd want. Yes. So the answer to the question is yes, but you'd want to be careful how you did it. I'm sure that you could actually do something in another app too that would probably be a little bit better. All right. So somebody in the group wants to know what color lights do you use for the background? So these over here. So right now, until I set the new ones up, these are actually just under cabinet lights that I bought at a home improvement store that happen to change color with a remote. So I can just, I got to point it the right direction. So if we go with green, here. So there's green. I literally just changed it with the remote. Green doesn't look so good. So they're just, they're just like down there. See, that's on the floor. And then there's one like behind inside the cluttered shelf. I don't necessarily recommend those. They're not video lights. They're just a cheap way to have some lights. But if you notice, if that light does come in the shot at all, it's super hot, meaning like it looks like something's on fire down there. Literally. Oh, like right back here. See how bright that? Oh, sorry, everyone. That probably made it. See that? That's not going to look good on. And now, granted, that's a webcam. Still, that's a webcam, but it. So there you go. So you can still see it's hot even on a DSLR camera. So I would say maybe go with some video lights. I have new lights coming and they are RGB floodlights. So they are going to be way brighter. There's two of these. There's one behind my shelf and one on the floor. It's not necessarily what I love, but it worked great for a long time. You can also get rope lights if you want to put them behind if this table right here, if I put rope lights back there behind that would kind of reflect off the wall a little bit. A long time ago, that's actually what I did. There's a lot of things you can do for sure. Anna's here. She said, I'm missing Tuesdays. I miss streaming on Tuesdays too, to be honest with you. Although it is kind of cool because I will say when I switch the day up, I get different people for sure. So Doug has I knew you had an awesome softbox. So Doug says COB lights like the Godox SL 660 watt. I got both the light and softbox with grid for under $300. There you go. So now I did see that Vicky says, I want something small. I will be honest with you, Vicky. Don't be afraid to just use a ring light. A ring light is actually awesome. They're not huge. Now you're going to want to put it on the floor behind your streaming desk or whatever. But I still have my ring light. It's in my closet of gear, the graveyard of gear. And there's times when I look at my old setup when I just had the ring light and I reflected it off the wall and it looked good. Like it looked great. And you can get one of those for $80, a good one. Just get the big one. Make sure you get a really big one. And some people just use 2 ring lights. A lot of people will use 2 ring lights, and that works too. So let's see. The reason I ask about WebM, they're much smaller size and can be transparent with motion. Transparent, huh? Properties. Oops. Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah, transparent. Yeah, like, gosh, silly. It's transparent. See, hi, my hands are still through there. Yeah. Those are so if you buy your graphics from Live Streaming Pros, if you go to livestreamingpros.com and you buy some of their graphics kits, like Doug, you have the fire, the countdown, things like that. I know. If you have those are WebM files. So yes, OBS, vMix, Ecamm, they all accept those WebM files. Yeah, Cosmin's like, LSP's live. I know. I saw it pop up. Luria goes live every Friday at 1 for live Q&A. So we're actually going to be finishing up here in a few minutes. So those of you that want to go pop over there, ask her questions too. Man, super good questions. Billy says, do you use a scheduling app for setting appointments? If so, which is the best one? There's a lot of them out there. Acuity is really popular. I personally use Calendly. So Calendly. So I'll show it to you real quick. I like it. I've used it. I pay for it. There is a free version that's limited. So I personally like this app quite a bit. Makes it pretty easy for people to schedule appointments with me. So you can set up, you create a new type of event, and then you can save them. So like I just used one just yesterday where someone needed to set up a time with me. And instead of me having to say, here's my availability, I can actually set it up so that they can see this will look at my calendar and know when I have something booked already. And then they can see Tuesday I'm only available at 4, 11's a little bit more open. And then I can block out Fridays if I want. I don't like to do meetings on Fridays. So you can see here, there you go. Ooh, looks like that Wednesday's pretty open. So I like Calendly a lot. So that's the one I personally like to use for sure. And you can set up workflows in it so that, like, for example, I have Zoom connected to it. So when they book an appointment, it actually automatically creates the Zoom meeting too. So it's pretty slick. Chris, you haven't streamed for 3 weeks. Let's go, my friend. Let's go. Get back in it. Get back in the game. I question this a lot, but how is your experience with the Shure SE215 headphones? Not great. $100. These are the Mi's, the back in my ears. I did just buy another set of headphones. They're like $17. Gonna try another brand. But I will say, so the Shure headphones, they're like $100. They're clear. They're a lot like these. They, I didn't find them to be as user friendly. They probably are great, but they spin around right here. I was constantly like, I couldn't just put them on really quick. I was constantly like having to mess with them. I didn't find the audio quality be anything exceptional. For $100, I didn't find them to be worth the money. And I have no problem being totally honest with everybody. So they are somewhere around here, not being used. So yeah, good. I'm glad you asked though. I'm curious. Don't you have them, Cosman? I'm not sure. Tish is here. Hello, Tish. So Vicky says, I have the ring light already, and I was thinking of just getting another one. Thanks for the confirmation that it will look good. Yeah, Vicky, the other thing too is ring lights look great, but don't be afraid to flip it around and reflect it off the ceiling and the wall. As long as you are close enough to a wall and it's light color, try it. And like flip it around and like bump the light up. You might be surprised. It will create a softer look. So definitely there's a lot you can do with that type of stuff. Billy has a Lume Cube. Yeah, I saw those. Those are really small. Probably those might create, that might be a bit of a specular light too. Sometimes the smaller lights, it can be a little bit specular. So Matt is here from Landlord Advocates. At least he was here, but he's busy, swamped. That's good for you. Good for you that you're busy. That's awesome. I like hearing when people are busy, if they want to be busy. If they want to be busy. Not everybody wants to be busy. Right? Tish says, I use Calendly for work and my own stuff. Yeah, so Tish with the Artist Haven. Cool. Billy is asking, have you heard Book Like a Boss? It's a scheduling app. I have never heard of that one. I definitely have not, but my buddy James here says, number 1, Calendly. Number 2, SavvyCal. Number 3, cal.com. Not even, wow, Acuity didn't even make your list. Interesting. Tish, I think, is talking about the Me audio. I will say that I have very small ears, and I use the smaller one, but I do like how the Me comes with like a big old pack of inserts to check. So Doug says his Me's move around, but mine do not move around. I do find that I mess with them, but that's not because they need to be messed with. That's just, I just do it. I do this when I don't even have headphones in. I don't know. Oh, this is exciting. So Matt says, now that I did touch it though, now does need mess with. We just purchased a Teleson auto tracking tripod with a remote. We're looking forward to seeing how it works. That's super fun. Some of you saw me using the Ozbot. I'm not in love with the color of the Ozbot, but I haven't calibrated it. Okay, so this is I keep saying Ozbot, the OBS bot. It will track me automatically. It's on a little gimbal. It's pretty cool. Doug, by the way, I know that you've been wanting me to test this outdoors. The other day I almost did, but it was crazy windy. And I was like, this is going to be an awful audio experience. So once we get some decent weather, I am going to absolutely take this thing outside and see how well it works being outside. How well does it track me? But we played around with this on a couple of streams. Those of you that were there, you remember it tracked me from like all the way across the room, which I was very impressed. So these are the Mi Audio. Let me look them up for you. I actually really like them. They're fine. They're cheap. They're pretty cheap. And they're clear. Whoa, I just got distracted by a super cool desk. Let's see. Mi is the brand, by the way. Mi Audio. And they have a few different levels that you can get in regards to, like the quality of them. Let's see. Put that over there. Here's a link. That's my Amazon link for them. But these right here. So there you go. Super simple. They're really light, so people don't notice them. They're one of the lighter ones I've seen. They go up and down in price. Right now they're $13. So they're really, really cheap. I just put the link there on Amazon and on the Facebook page. If you're watching in the group, that link won't come through. But there you go. So they're pretty cool. They go behind your ears. This guy's wearing them like that. I actually wear them behind. So they go back here. So right here. And they have a little thing that adjusts so that it goes up and down. And I really like them, like when it comes to that. So we'll see what happens. I don't know if there'll be better ones, but there you go. So the link is in there if you guys are looking to get some. They're cheap, right? They're really cheap. The thing is Cosmin, if you have those Shure ones and you like them, I mean, they don't sound any better than the Shure ones. But these are $13. So when it comes to me recommending the Shure, it's hard for me to recommend them because they're like $100. I think I saw that they were on sale though the other day. Tish says, phantom hairs on my ears make me mess with my hair that isn't there. I cut most of my hair off a couple weeks ago, short like yours. Ooh, very fun. So when I first chopped all my hair off, I would do the ponytail. I would like go to grab my ponytail and like adjust. And every once in a while it happens. But phantom hair is real. Phantom hair is a real thing. Dale says, the bot, I'm waiting for you to do more testing with it. Yeah, do. I need to calibrate it. I need to play around with the calibration because in this low light setting that I have set up here, the lighting's not great. But I bet you that thing is an awesome camera in a much lighter setting, like, a brighter. I use low light because of the colored lights. So, and I'm able to do that because I'm using a really nice camera and a really nice lens, which is the reason I'm able to keep the lighting low, but that's not great for the webcams, right? And so webcams need more light. They need a lot more light. Chris says, can you give a basic explanation of how OBS works with StreamYard? No problem. So yes, I can cover this very quickly. Pretty easy to do. So let me see here. So Chris, OBS is a software application on the system, right? You can do all kinds of things. You can stream direct to like one channel at a time, I think to YouTube or Twitch. It's heavy on the system. It allows you to customize scenes. You can program those scenes to a stream deck, which is kind of what I do. So this thing down here is my stream deck right there. And I use that. I push the buttons and it changes things automatically. So OBS is fantastic for that. Not necessarily needed or required for most streamers. StreamYard lets me display comments and things like that. Lets me create those banners on the fly, like these things. I can like literally edit that if I want to really quickly. It's a lot more nimble when it comes to that. OBS, you can do things on the fly, but it's not as nimble, right? So I could do lower thirds in OBS, but why would I do that when I can just do them right here is my point. So the way it works is you have OBS open, you configure how you want things to look, and there's a setting that is called a virtual camera. And when you turn that on, that essentially lets OBS become your webcam. And this would work in Zoom, this would work in Microsoft Teams, this would work in Google Meet, and it will work in StreamYard. So then when you go to StreamYard and you say, select webcam, if you have the webcam on, it'll show OBS webcam as an option. And when you select that, anything happening in the OBS preview window is what will be displayed in Zoom or StreamYard or wherever you're using it. And so if I pull OBS back up, you will notice right here, this is OBS. This is the OBS platform. These are my scenes over here. So screen one, if I wanted to do that. Here's my Brio. This is just a webcam view. These are all going to create Inception. Here's the ATEM fire scene with that WebM clip in there. But if we go here, these are the countdown scenes. Once that countdown starts and I go to different scenes that have the same countdown, then that's how I'm able to toggle between those different views and do all that fun stuff that we do in the beginning. So that's how all that's done there inside OBS. But because I have virtual camera turned on, that gets projected out. So that's essentially how it works. Audio does not, I don't have audio coming from OBS. My audio is, I'm using the Beacon app. So this is my Beacon app. And so when I go to StreamYard and I select my microphone, it'll show audience mix Beacon. And that is how I am able to control the music and all the things. So that's how I use OBS with StreamYard. And that's how most people who use OBS with StreamYard are using it. So great question. Happy to cover it. It doesn't take long, especially if you know how all that stuff works. It's one of those things. I agree with Doug. Doug says sound quality isn't a big deal when streaming. Just get a comfortable set that you can afford. I totally agree. If you're doing audio mixing and certain things, then you probably are going to want to invest in a really nice set of headphones, but that isn't necessarily needed for when you're streaming. So Cosmo says, do you own Crocs? I do not own Crocs. No, I do not own Crocs. So yeah. Okay, my friends, it is time for me to get going. As I said, the stitches are coming out this afternoon, and I have a couple things I have got to do before I go to that appointment. But this was super fun. I appreciate y'all being here, hanging out with me today, of course. I'm sorry the schedule's been totally out of whack lately. It's frustrating. Probably it's not very fun for me. It's definitely not what I recommend for my, I don't recommend that you be all over the place with your streaming schedule. I definitely recommend that you try to create the same day every week with the same time. Go do that and be consistent. I personally think that's the way to go. But man, sometimes life and business just gets in the way. Do everything you can to avoid that as an excuse or a reason. I am really pushing hard on myself right now to not let that be the case. I am pushing hard right now to make it be a little bit more firm in how I've got some things. It's crazy with Addison's schedule, with school and some other things. So Tish likes the Friday stream. Okay. Some people like the Tuesday stream. I will be honest with you. I wouldn't be shocked if it ends up being Fridays. I've got some changes coming up to my schedule. It's going to be a bit demanding. And I think that those demands are going to be happening during the week. So I'm trying to find a time in my schedule that is consistently available. And so that's why it's been a little all over the place. But I highly recommend to you that when you create your streaming schedule, that you find a way to do it consistently the same day, same time every week. And that's 100% what I recommend. So, all right, everybody, you know the drill. I'm going to get out of here. You guys have an awesome day. Super duper appreciate everybody being here. I love you all so much. I appreciate this community. The latest podcast episode that I did is actually about video and how live streaming actually helps you build relationships and how that's different than pre-recorded videos. And so if you're still thinking about live streaming or not sure if you want to do it regularly, I highly recommend you listen to that episode. Hopefully that will convince you that you can build relationships like I'm doing with you. And I just want to say, I just really appreciate everybody being here over and over and over again every week or every other week or Tuesdays or Fridays or whenever. So appreciate y'all. Have a good time. Have a good weekend. Wish me luck on the finger. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.